Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we, took a little detour going back and taking care of some issues that were going on back here. Raedric returned, so we went and killed him. Some people showed up at Cadnua, and we spoke with one of them for a bit. And I also brought Pallegina back to her embassy, where it turned out well, they were being attacked by the Leaden Key. We took care of them, and we had to deal with a low-level quest that we didn't find before. Oops. That said, it's time for us to head back to Twin Elms and move on now that we have access to other locations. On to Hearthsong first. And now that we've made it to Hearthsong, we need to gain access to the other locations. Old Song, Elms Reach. Alright. So we'll unlock the two districts, nice and easy. We'll unlock Old Song, we'll unlock Elms Reach. Oh, hello. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of his spear. Always too cozy with the Estremoran. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. Thank you. Now let's unlock these two locations. We can get to Old Song and Elms Reach already. Okay, perfect. Can't get to Burial Isle, but that's fine. Let's go to Elms Reach. We'll work our way around. And here we are. Let's see what we've got. We have Glenfathen Home, Heartsong District, Old Song District, Glenfathen Home, Hall of Warriors, Blood Sands, the Twin Elms, Ter Evron, and the Golden Grove. Ter Evron, I think, is probably the main location that we're supposed to go to, isn't it? Isn't that the next main part? Yes. Ter Evron is the next place we need to go to. Let's see. That's somewhere else. Well, we still need to find the one for the person for Haravius. That's up there. We need to get to the North Weald eventually. Alright, we'll look through here. The great lioness has grown old and no longer has claim over the sacred lair in Gallowayne's maw. Size and age cannot best skill and cunning. Let's see here. Just tribesmen in this run. Spread across a lumpy pallet of straw, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft, and a wreath of straw woven with animal bones hangs from the shelf. A book and some snowcap. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay, let's move on. Another building here to look in. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Now this I have seen before.
Starlit Garb, unique light armor. Extra defense against spells and +2 in athletics. Interesting. I think that's an egg. Some items there. I hate these ones that are so far away that you can't actually interact with them. That's really annoying, you know? Alright, this is just a path going out that way, which doesn't matter. Got one more Glenfathen Home over here. Dark Omen. The Delimgon could not stop him. He's just a man. Powerful, but just a man. A Glenfathen woman stares at the ground, her bushy eyebrows frown in a straight line. Never before has a man slipped past with so much ease. A sign, a dark sign. An elven man waves his hand in an arc over the ground. It has come to pass. At the end of the motion, his long fingers close into a fist. We could not have foreseen it. The Delimgon could not either.
Estremor.
The woman shakes her head. And what does that tell us? She notices you, her thick eyebrows arching in surprise. Estremor, excuse us, we are not used to your kind here under the great trees. If we can assist you, we will. Tell me about the man you speak of. Not Glenfathen. Broke into the tower, here in Elms Reach. Nobody saw him come, not even the Delimgon. He moved in silence, like a Stelgar in the shadows. Our hunters caught no scent until it was too late. But we heard the stones cracked, when he stepped inside Ter Everon. Dark omen, I say this. Delimgon, what are they? They are ancient children of the giant elms. Our people have lived with the two sisters in peace since we arrived hundreds of years ago. Delimgon call us friends. We call them our own kin, our protection, their wisdom. Together we share a strong bond. They have always lived under the shadow of the great elms. Walk until you cross the stream, and there you'll find the Delimgon sisters. The Delimgon, they must be here. The Twin Elms. Ah, interesting. So what have we got in here? Just a couple tribesmen. The fire gives off a thick, rich odor of burning peat. Okay, nothing in here. Respond to that in a bit. Okay, let's take a look. So we've got the Hall of Warriors and the Golden Grove. Let's take a look in the Hall of Warriors. See what they have here. Aside from a lot of Stelgar, jeez, they are everywhere. And we have someone with a name, Arthwin. Oh wait, this is connected to the three-tusked Stelgar tribe, isn't it? You know what, that makes sense. And that's when I pierced the giant Stelgar with my spear, right through its heart. Oh, Arthwin, I wish I could have seen you do it. Oh, this is part of that quest we got. Me too. And maybe later you can show us how you used your big spear. Oh, well, yes, I can do that. A lanky hunter grooms his stubble, a patched fuzz of blonde hairs, while listening attentively to a young elven woman. She whispers in his reddened ears and giggles. With his head still lowered, he flashes a wide smile in return. The hunter notices you. He clears his throat and straightens his back, adopting an air of dignity. I've been expecting you. My tribesmen have told me that you're to speak the truth about Fiorm's exile. He combs his sparse stubble, darting a glance to the elven woman. Well, Arthwin doesn't hide from the truth. Ask and I'll answer. Tell me about your tribe first. We're young, the youngest tribe in Glanfath. But we're not weak. The other tribes have their history, and now we, the Twice-Split Arrows, are making our own. Arthwin puffs his chest and pounds it with a fist. We're true Glanfathans, true hunters. I've proven our worth. He patches a golden stubble sparkle alongside a glowing smile. It was me, not Fiorm, who killed the giant Stelgar. What happened to Fiorm? Arthwin looks down and licks his lips. Fiorm. Every tribe knows his prowess, a hunter of great name, but this time he fell behind. We spotted the giant Stelgar on the Sentinel's Ridge, above the waterfall of the Northweald. He was stalking for prey. Fiorm wanted us to split. He'd lure the beast to the river, and I'd flank it. The hunter scratches his flushed earlobe. But the beast didn't come down to the riverbank, so we tried to circle it on the ridge. I climbed faster, and there it was, ready to pounce on me. Arthwin thrusts his fist forward. I pierced flesh mid-air, rolled over and stabbed at it again and again. And it was dead. The hunter pushes his mustache back and looks up. Fiorm couldn't believe he didn't earn the kill, not even a cut. He said he'd not return with the shame of losing to a twice-split arrow. I pleaded, but he was a keeper of the stone. He'd not listen. And now he's exiled. Who knows where. Goodbye, then. Alright. Insisted that he was the one to kill the giant Stelgar at the Northweald near a ridge atop a waterfall. According to him, Fiorm couldn't bear the thought of losing to a hunter from the lower tribe. Okay. We'll need to find that waterfall. Moving in, the building. Alright, let's see what we've got in here. These are all three tests.
Simple test. That's settled.
Let's see. The crates contain a few necessities of a Glenfathan hunting party. Furs and blankets, sturdy hide clothing, and gifts of carved Audra. The hearth still smells of freshly cooked game. Grease spatters the blackened bricks. The table is scarred and stained from years of use. And it looks like we find the leader in here. Seamok. Come to treat with the three-tusked Stelgar. They're simple and unadorned. The blades are made of sharp and finely tempered steel.
What brings you here?
A grizzled old elf, his hair braided and dyed, stands at one end of the hall. His arms and chest are crosshatched with the pale seams of scars. His crooked smile looks like another. It's not many Estermorn who are permitted into our sacred city. Bethel must be feeling especially soft today. Come to hear your future at Ter Evron? His smile widens, exposing a row of yellow, crooked teeth. Or to make your own at Blood Sands. What's Blood Sands? An ancient place of sacrifice in a cave by the great Elms themselves. Reston and his druids have been an integral part of Glenfathan society for generations. No matter what some of the other tribes might say. Glenfath has held its own against the Estermorn because some of us still understand the power of sacrifice. He gives you an appraising eye. Does the thought make you uncomfortable? It should. It is what's kept our society alive for so long. Something else? You don't seem fond of us, Estermoran. His hunched shoulders straighten. I fought in the Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. I saw my brethren cut down defending the places of the builders, and I shed blood alongside Galvin Regd himself. Now the Estermorn seem to think that they will find a cure for their empty children among our sacred sites, or worse, that they will find sanctuary in our lands. And I've seen what happens when they set their sights on Glenfathan soil. They're desperate. The best of them want to find a cure. The worst are looking for an excuse to plunder. And this worries you. I've seen too many wars for this not to worry me. In my 250 years, I've led my people through 2 wars. Our borders have remained intact, and largely through the reputation of three-tusked Stelgar. I've sired a dozen children, but none have been deemed fit to take my place. I care nothing for the legacies that obsess the Estermoran lords, but it is important that my successor continue this path. Is your role hereditary? Not entirely. We believe that the souls of our ancestors come back to us, that a strong soul may bear many more, but all souls must be tested by our elders. The Rial looked first among my children for a successor, but their souls were weak. Ordinarily, they would turn to others in my tribe, to clan heads and their families. Ordinarily. But we share a tradition of fostering the children of other tribes, and the Anamfath of Fisher Crane has trusted his youngest to my care. And as none of my own blood are fit to take my place, the Rial will look next to this bog child, the kin of another Anamfath and my foster daughter, to take my place. You should be so lucky! This young Fisher Crane lass is a great gift. You should be thankful. Especially given your familial feebleness. Couldn't you send her back to her family? He shakes his head slowly. That would be a grave insult to the Fisher Crane. The repercussions with the other Anamfather would be severe. I have no doubt that she would make a fine leader, but not among three-tusked Stelgar. The Orlans of Fisher Crane have lived in Thayenbog for 1,000 years. They are cunning and furtive by nature, which serves them well when they have swamplands to hide their movements. But this will not deter the Estermoran on open ground. I think you underestimate what a few stealthy archers can do. He points at the warriors gathered near the fire. Our savagery has deterred the Estermoran from further encroachment. They still tell of our deeds in the Broken Stone War. But if a child of Fisher Crane leads our tribe, we will lose that boldness, and the Estermoran will lose their fear of us. The child will be influenced by the souls of her ancestors. In times of crisis, she will look to her kin in Thayenbog for guidance. No matter what I might try to teach her, it will not be enough. He considers you. There is a way you could help. Few of the stomach for it, but I think you have the perspective to see why certain unpleasantness may be necessary. Go on. This Orlan girl has the soul of a leader, If it were passed to one of my own offspring, our tribe would remain strong. The Stelgar at Seamok's side scratches its massive head on the Anamphos leg. He remains steady on his feet. The Druids of Bloodsands have a way to do this, and they understand the importance of a strong line of succession for three-tusked Stelgar. Alof's eyes narrow to slits. That sounds problematic. He gives you a key. There's a house in southeast Heartsong, next to the river. The child will be asleep, and I've arranged for her to be unattended for a time. Take her and bring her to Keeper Werdra in Bloodsands. She knows what must be done. When she presents you with the liquid essence, bring it back to me. What will Keeper Werdra do with the child? His scarred face twists again. Have you seen the rituals of Bloodsands? She will sacrifice her. It's the only way to distill her essence. Pelagina's lip curls into a sneer. How quick the old are to sacrifice the young for their purposes. The Orlan child? Go on. I don't see why you need me to do this. Because I cannot do it without attracting undue attention. I don't relish passing my own burdens on to another, but this will incite war between our tribes if I'm caught. How can you possibly expect to get away with this? Few know the girl is here, and one Orlan babe will look much the same as the next. But let me worry about this. Tell me about the potion that you need from Werda. Essence, bound and distilled into a liquid. It will have little immediate effect on me, but it will weave a stronger soul in my immediate future. Remind me where I can find the child. She's staying in a house in Hearthsong. Follow paths to the southeast side of the district until you reach the river. I won't do this. I do not relish the deed, but 2 centuries of leadership have taught me that all things bear a cost. Consider it well, Estremor. I'm not above rewarding those who are of service. Tell me about the three-tusked Stelgar. The boldest and fiercest of the 6 great tribes of Erglonfath. It was we who first defended against the Estremoran who came to shore 200 years ago. We have always been the border tribe, and it has always fallen to us to hold the line against outsiders and invaders. Haravius leans in with a whispered voice. The way they keep mentioning battles of old, you'd think they are the three-tusked martyr tribe. They are indeed fierce, and their history is rife with glorious deeds. I sometimes think they'd fight the other tribes if they didn't have trespassers to hunt. What do you do here? As Anamphos of Three-Tusked Stelgar, I guide our tribe in all matters. He looks to the main room of the hut where others have gathered. I am in Twin Elms to confer with some of the other Anamphos about the Onolfen, your Hollowborn. We only have such births here on occasion, but it has made us more vigilant about our neighbors. One Stelgar stretches, flexing its claws. There are some of us who believe your Onolfen to be a punishment for the defilement of the builder's sites. Others say it's a plague carried by the Estremoran. All answers to fit their hatred. There is no reason to believe a word of it is true. Goodbye, then. Oh, hello. A young man approaches you with a swift and purposeful stride. While you've never met him before, he has the same stern, wild look as Seamok. He doesn't speak until he's right next to you. When he does, his voice is quiet. Wait. I saw you speaking with my father. What's this about? He glances back at the room with Seamok. He's asked you to sacrifice Vila, hasn't he? Maybe he's right about Three-Tusked Stelgar growing weak, but if this is the price of strength, it isn't worth it. The tribes have survived this long because we've stuck together. Did a Three-Tusked Stelgar say something wise? I do indeed live in strange times. Do you have another idea? There's an herbalist among the Ovates of the Golden Grove, Bleda, that's her name. They all gather southeast of here by the river. She could brew a poison. Seamok wouldn't know the difference until it's too late. There's the family resemblance. I mean, there's an easier way to kill Seamok, you know. His warriors would surround you in no time. Besides, it's simplest if this happens quietly. Let me guess. If Seamok dies, you're next in line? It's not like that. The Riau have already determined that my soul isn't strong enough. Whoever follows my father, it won't be me. Why not just return this child to her birth parents? It's complicated. A child sent to be fostered by another tribe isn't allowed to return. Unfortunately, explaining that we're shielding her from my father would make matters much worse. For both tribes. You want me to murder your father? No, but it's better than allowing him to murder this child. Fine, I'll poison your father. With another glance at Seamock's chamber, he backs toward the door. Like I said, you'll find Bleda in the Golden Grove. Good luck. Oh boy. Well, so much for that. Okay, well, we do know where the Golden Grove is, so... Yeah, let's see what we can do over here. Although, the episode is starting to go a little bit long. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Let the episode go a little bit shorter, yes, I know. But I'd rather shorter than longer at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, we'll take a look in the Golden Grove. Might also take a look in Blood Sands if we can get up there, which I don't think we can. Nope, we can't get up there, unfortunately. So after that, we'll be speaking with the Twin Elms. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44. I'll send in as Phalai. That is Laniara, Palagina, Haravius, Dorince, Aloth, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. And I shall see you all next time.